Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Marketing with In-Depth Podcast, where I'm your host, Nathan Webster, and I'm excited to chop it up with you today. Today, for episode 173, I have a special guest because it's just not me going to chop it up. I have my content marketing expert, Val, with me, and I'm going to chop up her name if I say the whole name, so I'm going to have her say it. But the title for today and what we're going to be discussing, but really Val is going to be discussing, is how entrepreneurs should be developing their content marketing strategy. So, Val, welcome to the show.
Hello, I'm super happy to be here. Would you repeat?
Yes, I'm happy that you're here too. Before we get too far in the show, I want to say thank you to all my worldwide listeners that's continuously rocking with me, that have been rocking with me, and I have to make sure I give credit where credit's due, which I failed to do back on July 31st. I'm pulling it up right now. Let's see where they are. Ram Us 129 gave a great review, and I had to apologize because I was like, man, I asked for reviews. You gave it to me. I said I was going to give you credit and I didn't give you credit. My apologies. Ram Us 2129. He said, or she said, Nathan's positive energy is infectious, always a fun listen and very informative. Again, thank you so much. If you have submitted a podcast review on iTunes, please let me know or I will find it and I will be happy to send it or read it out. If you email it to me at info@nwebsterllc.com, I'm mostly grateful for it. So for you first-time listeners, if you're loving what you're hearing, please leave a review, rate it, share it. That's going to help us get our ratings up even higher. And people are always surprised, like, are your listeners more international, more global than local? I'm like, surprisingly, yes. So I want to make sure that I give you the credit where the credit's due, and that's to you, for you listeners that keep me going because, man, sometimes it's hard doing this, y'all, and you keep it going. And I have awesome guests like Val that's about to drop some diamonds. So Val, please tell the people who you are and what you do.
My name is Valentina. But since my name is super long for somebody, you can call me Val. I've been a social media manager for the last 5 years. I started as a social media designer because I have an architectural degree. So I know everything about design in every possible way. That's why I find out like, okay, there's a lot of time, a lot of work to do in design for social media. It's not just finding a canvas, a blank canvas and putting just a title. It's a lot. Dive into this world of social media, then I learn by myself because I have YouTube. I make online courses about copywriting, about video editing. Now I'm my own social media manager. When one at the beginning I had, and I work with a social media manager. And right now it's like, when you learn a lot about this work, it's like you really become like an unicorn. You do all the stuff.
Yeah, they say like the. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say that they say the new social media manager should be like the CMO of a company with all the skills that you acquire.
Yeah, you need to know a lot about every single detail. And then when I, made this journey like a year and 2 years ago, I was like, okay, I want to help people that need to be helped. So I started working with not big and companies, but entrepreneurs, because most of the people do not know how to sell their own product. And that's what I do. I help them to create these assets of them.
Yes, and I've seen your work firsthand, and it's amazing. Val, you have this accent. Where are you from?
I'm from Venezuela, a small country with awesome food and super fun.
So if I go to Venezuela, you gotta help me with my foodiness. Check out all the awesome food y'all have.
Of course. You're going to eat arepas, you're going to eat cachapas. Everything here has corn and cheese, basically, but it's awesome. I mean, I don't know anyone who may try a cachapa, an arepa, or tequeños and do not love it.
Oh, man. Okay. And what city are you in?
I'm in Maturin, which is like, I don't know, east side, but at the top of the country. So
okay.
Here's like the most rainy state all over the year. I mean, every day or almost like at one day, yeah, and the other day doesn't. But almost every day it rains like 5 minutes. And there's a lot of sun. I mean, you could see it, you could burn, you could do it in the street.
Oh wow, that's crazy. It's always interesting hearing how people become experts in their own country, and yet in the country it's not what you think. It's like, oh, interesting how we have our own dynamics here in the Pacific Northwest, of where it's starting to rain, it gets real gray, it can be very depressing. And so as an entrepreneur, I know y'all thought I was gonna go someplace else with it, but as an entrepreneur doing the work, this is where the grind begins to happen. You have to begin to develop yourself and set yourself apart, even though like your environment may not be awesome, but you guys still put in awesome work. So I want to know for those entrepreneurs that are asking like, okay, Val, how do I monetize my product and put myself out there as I'm just starting, I'm cash broke, and I can't get a client. What should I be doing?
Okay, at the beginning, I mean, when you start your business, first thing you need to know is what are you selling, and then who are you selling to? Because most of the people, it's like unbelievable, but they don't know who are they selling. So if you don't know the people, how are you going to talk to them? Like, isn't it logical and obvious? But most people doesn't. So the first thing, like what I do when I started like working with entrepreneurs, like, okay, let's build you like a map, like an empathy map of who is this person who needs your product. Because if you ask somebody like, okay, tell me your target, your user person, they're like, okay, everyone from every age and everywhere, and it's like, okay, you're not giving me any data. That doesn't work. So let's do it from scratch. Let's do it together.
Since you can't do it, we have to do this together. Yes.
Yeah, we have to do it because you're not helping me. So, like, I create with them like this empathy map with their customer needs, their pain points, their interests. So they describe it like this person. Like we give them like names. This is Maria. This is Carlos, and then they started to get, okay, there's like three types of people that might buy my product. So how we talk to them, and there's when they ask themselves like, okay, how do we create content for these three types of people? This where the journey starts.
Yeah. So I always say to my clients, this is your avatar, or this is your customer persona, or basically what's your ideal customer. And I love the names you give, instead of saying Jack and Jill or Jane. Of course, those are, I would say white names. I say, who's Jamal and who is, Jaquita, or I love how you use who is Maria, who is Carlos. I love that. And I think it's really important to, and people have been doing this for decades, but give a name, like truly personalize your avatar, your segment that you're looking out to, or who you plan to serve as a customer, because they have needs and they have pain points. And I love how you went into that empathy map, because I don't think entrepreneurs think they need to do that from jump.
It's basically the first thing. I mean, after before knowing your name's company, you should do that. But I don't judge.
For me, I have been able to do so well in my local area and also a little bit abroad, just because people think they love their product so much they think everyone's gonna love it. And it's like, and then they want to say, okay, what about marketing? It's like, you designed this whole concept without marketing, and like you said, before you have your company name. I love that. Thank you, Val, for dropping that diamond. They need to know that. So if you haven't done that before you started your company name, now it's time for you to go back to that. Yes. What are some other diamonds that that they need to hear?
These tiny diamonds, basically steps for entrepreneurs that need to create profitable their own business. Because first thing, if you are the CEO, if you're the face of your business, you need to be human. I mean, let's drop that. I mean, if you pay someone, okay, you can pay an influencer to make this user-generated content. You can pay somebody else. I mean, somebody of your community, some client, okay. But people want to know the face behind the brand. It's like you do. I mean, you cannot let somebody else say what you understand and what you created in the first place. That's for me the first thing we got to understand.
Yeah, I do find it interesting when people say, as the owner, the CEO, and they only have like maybe one and another person working. They're like, oh, I don't want to put myself out there. I'm like, who else are they going to trust? You're the owner of the company. What? Huh? Yeah.
I know that some people use like this salesperson that is going to be the face of it, but if that's not your product, I mean, if you sell cookies, why would you need a sales?
I know, right? Yeah, yeah, I get you. I get you. That, yeah, great diamond. Great diamond. Yes.
Another thing is that most entrepreneurs, when they start content creation, I mean, I know we have to take our business too serious because it's our life, it's our baby. But we need to understand the consumer's mind. You know, if people use TikTok, why would you do a video like formally looks like a YouTube video and from a big business? Do a TikTok video. If you're going to do a reel, do a real video. Like people will stop if they see something that they recognize and they want to. So I say this because we need to use humor. It's not making jokes. Do make it like it has a shiny and friendly personality. Your brand has a personality, so make it shine in it.
I never thought about it like that. That is so true. Make your brand shiny. I love that. That's awesome.
We do it a lot with your podcast, actually, because you're in the broad environment, and it's like, okay, this is super funny. We need to make this a short reel. We need it. And it's been kind of the same point of that, like tip 2.2, maybe. It's get personal. I mean, it's your business. It has a personality. You have a personality. So share your expertise, share your opinion, even if it's some people may think like, okay, this is too controversial. I don't want to talk about it and get fired for saying something that people may not like. But if you say something and it doesn't make any plan, maybe you're not saying it. And you, Venezuela, I don't know if in other countries they say that, but we believe that diversity is rich. Like when you go to a store with a lot of ice creams, there's a lot of flavors. You may not like all of the flavors. You may like one, and the other person behind you likes another. So your people will come to you if you share your personal opinion, or you might come to you.
Man, I love that. My wife and I, we were in Vegas last month, and we were walking around, and of course we have Baskin Robbins here, 31 flavors, blah blah blah. But it's frozen, blah blah blah. But then in Vegas we went to this gelato spot, and it was gorgeous to see the diversity of colors and the different. Like not only were they different colors, but they had big like pieces of fruit and things in there that I was like, it makes it pop. And I was like, ooh, that's like I can't even eat gelato, and I want some. So that is so true. Like you do have to be cognizant and be representative of other type of customer profiles that you may not think. But if you want their money, you have to serve them and treat them specifically to that area of that niche. So true, man. That's a diamond.
Being authentic, it's finding your niche, upgrading your category. And there's that. Be you, and you'll find your people. Exactly that. There's a good book about it that it's called Category Design. It talks about creating your own category. It's another way or a more modern way of saying your niche, because niche can be marketing is a niche. But if you say, right, I do marketing for entrepreneurs in food businesses, that's a category. Like it's super specific. That's another way of finding people, and be specific, and then open your sources, like open options. Like, oh, I also work with people that has restaurants or stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's super important. That it might seem obvious for some people, but some others don't see it that way. So I need to tell it. If you see a live video in every platform, I mean, even Twitter is a text-based social media. Even now, it has a new feed of only videos.
I saw that.
I'm sorry, it's not Twitter anymore.
Well, yeah, I got you, yeah.
Even Instagram, of course, we know everyone does it. I mean, it was a picture-based social media, and now it's basically videos, but just TikTok. But why those people do not understand they need to do video? Isn't it obvious?
Yeah, even LinkedIn and Facebook, which I can't stand Facebook. I hate Meta. But yeah, it is becoming more video based, not just image, not just text. Yeah, you gotta evolve with the times.
Video has like 16% more potential engagement with people, because when you see a video and it's smart, you stop to see it at least the first 5 seconds. It doesn't happen when you see a static post or a carousel. I mean, you read like 2 words, people doesn't read it. These can't.
No. Well, what's the last tip? Because we're almost at our 20-minute mark. So what is the last tip you can give for people? Or if that was it, I know you have way more than one more tip, but what's one last diamond you can drop for the people?
Last thing is like, have fun. Don't be afraid to, because if your content creation doesn't involve having fun, you're not doing it right. Try to understand important things about copywriting, such as storytelling. Learn the most basic stuff about storytelling. having these templates of copywriting and then create your own story and always share your story. It doesn't matter if you have like 1 month after you say hi to everyone and share your story, share it again because new people will find it here. So always share what you see, how you feel, why you're doing what you do. It's all about you. It's all about being you. Exactly.
I love that tip. I absolutely love it. I do my best to show both the pros and cons. Even a week ago, I was riding my bike and I got hit by a car, and I even showed it on my Instagram, and just said, hey, why people like, why didn't you? I'm like, look, I'm just showing you social media. I get tired of always seeing positive stuff instead of the real stuff, because you're gonna, be authentic. Anyways, it's not about me, it's about you. Tell me, or tell the listeners out there, where can they find you if they want to get in contact and learn more from you? If they're even interested in hiring you, where can they go and find you at?
If you need a social media manager, if you need any coaching session for your content creation or anything related to it, find me on Instagram as Val Morao, which is funny because my name is purple in Spanish.
Oh,
yeah, I'm actually in every social media, or we can share the link in the description below.
Yeah, we'll definitely put that for folks that say, well, I'm just gonna look in the show notes. We'll make sure we'll get that in the show notes for folks to reach out to you via LinkedIn, social media, or any social media platform, and we can take it from there. And Val, I just want to say thank you again for coming on the show, dropping those diamonds. They were fire.
Thank you for inviting me. This is your listeners might notice. This is my first time, and I'm super, super glad being here. The energy is just great. I mean, keep on track for incoming episode because it's going to be amazing.
Yes, Val is amazing. I love all the work that she does. She's amazing. So if y'all haven't seen her work, make sure you go check it out. She's amazing. And so with that, y'all heard it first here at Let's Talk Marketing with NDub. Val, thank you for coming on the show. Absolutely. We got to have you back on. So I know everyone, we went over our 20-minute mark, but I hope this has helped you in all your ways. If you're an entrepreneur, not entrepreneur, but I hope this has helped. If you have enjoyed the show, please leave a review, rate it. And if you have already done that, please share it and find us on the social media links that we have down in the show notes. Val's information will be in there too. And so until next time, wish you nothing but the best. Dream big and Godspeed.